Hello, everybody, and welcome to the Scat and Willy podcast. Before we get into today's episode, I want to formally apologize for something that has happened in the past few episodes. Since I've been home, I've been using this Zeo Sound mic I got off Amazon for I don't even know how much, but it was really cheap. And last episode, the mic died while we were recording, but Scat and Jacob could still hear me while the mic was dead. I found out today that the whole time that I had been using this microphone, it wasn't working. So I was talking into basically nothing. It would have been the same as if I grabbed this shoe that I have conveniently next to me and started using it as a microphone. All I can do now is ask for your forgiveness and hope that this apology was better than Colleen Ballinger's. But welcome to the Scat and Willy podcast with our guest, Z-Bucks.
Welcome to apology. I mean, Logan Paul level at that. That's you got a talent for that, man.
Jay Willy,
Yeah.
It all makes sense now. It all makes sense now.
It does.
Because we were like spooked. We had no idea how that was happening. You were talking into your mic, and we could hear you perfectly, and the mic wasn't even on. And in fact, we heard you better than before. We heard you better than before it died.
The worst part about it is I can't even use the mic because I need an audio cable that I just don't know where it is. So I have to order a new one. And at that point,
Oh God.
because you guys literally, like you said, you hear me better when I'm not using that microphone. Or using the microphone that was doing nothing. So yeah, that's embarrassing. It's very embarrassing.
So Zach, welcome.
Well,
Welcome to the Scat and Willy podcast.
Thank you very much.
How are
Happy
you
to be
doing
here,
today?
buddy. I'm doing pretty good. How are you guys doing? How's your summers been?
Could be better. I pulled my hip playing running bases with second grade boys, and I bruised my
go.
face pretty bad. It's all right though, because I did in fact win the round, and yeah, that's really all that matters.
Hey, I mean, at the end of the day, I mean that's all that really matters, right?
I had like
A win is a win.
I had like a sick mid-air dodge. The other counselor in my group, he like threw the ball at me, but like I like jumped like mid-air to dodge it, but then I fell right on my face. And then as I got up, I pulled my hip. So
Oh God.
I still won though. I still won though. I mean, granted, the competition is like 10 years younger than me, and
You
not very
you
strong.
pulled the hip on the way up. That's
Yeah,
that's the best part about it.
here's what happened. I'll show you in the full Cubert fit. And guys, we'll explain this outfit in a few minutes. But
Yeah,
like,
we'll explain
I
my
jumped
furry
up
do-rag.
to avoid it, and I
Bro,
jumped
stop.
back. I like jumped backwards, and while I jumped backwards, I fell on my face, and my nose was bleeding a little bit, and I cut my face open up here.
Is there anything you didn't injure with this play? The nose, the forehead, the hip.
Well, my
stuff,
nose was
like,
bleeding
I don't
from
know.
the outside,
Right,
not
okay,
the inside. So
So you didn't.
So,
okay. So
yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Sorry.
I won though.
We're just
So it's fine.
Just explaining how you were brutally massacred by the floor, and,
Bro.
and you're holding on to Cubert's snout.
Where did I agree to, guys? Why am I here?
Why are you here? Because we need to talk about class night, aka skit night. I don't know if what other schools call it, but you were our what were you? The president of our skit night?
chair.
The chair. What was that like, being the chair of the skit night? Casting all the roles, making the script. I mean, that must have been pretty time-consuming and challenging.
Yeah, well, I mean, like, chairs don't technically have to write the script, but I feel like if I wanted to put, like, the vision that I had into actual production, it would be smart if I wrote the script. And I obviously got the help of Maddie and Joaquin, shout out. But it was, like, nice to have, like, a small team working on it so that we really, like, didn't have so many voices coming in to, like, say, hey, you should do this, no, you should do that. And at the end, it just becomes a jumbled mess. So, I mean, like, it was a lot of work that I probably didn't have to do. But at the same time, it was a lot of fun. And it actually made things a lot easier. So,
Easier.
it made things... No.
I hardly know
no,
her.
no. It's too early. It's too early.
Love you,
Right
Joaquin.
after the Joaquin shout. Oh God.
That's what got me waiting for it. I was just waiting for you
I
to say
wasn't
something and
even
then
ready. I was
Uh,
you beat me to that one totally. I was not even thinking of that.
I also want to point out, yeah, obviously, you know, Zach, you've done a great job as class night chair.
You have.
It's not an easy
Thank
thing
you.
to do. It's not an easy thing to put, you know, an entire skit together. But I do have to just point it out at least once that your grade has lost to my grade 2 years in a row. Class of 25 on top. You already know. All it takes is faith, trust, and pixie dust. All right? So
Hey,
just remember next year, do you have pixie dust?
You definitely rehearsed that in the mirror a few times this morning, but it's okay. It's alright.
For sure.
I can't even.
I didn't.
Oh yeah, what was it? The phone camera? Then it was. It was definitely some reflection.
No, just because of that, I'm putting my lights on red now. Just
He let that third place really get to his head.
There's not much I can say back because you guys did a great job this year, and like, also it doesn't help that your shirt says something like that, and our quote is incorrect on our shirt. I think it says, I have it on the back. It's like, dream as though you'll die tomorrow, which is like so dark. like Jesus.
It's funny.
That's a whole other story.
It's funny you mention that because my camp, we just had. I work at a camp. I'm not a camper, but we had cartoon day, and it was Spirit Week. I've been going totally all out, and I wore the Wreck-It Ralph shirt that you're wearing, and I was like on the back. I was like, what was this supposed to say again?
Yeah. So actually, what happened was, we learned that the shirts were due the next day at like 8 p.m. Basically, what happened is I'm like, Joaquin, listen, man, I know your sleep schedule is terrible anyway. I really need you to come through with this one. He's like, he's just that guy, man. He's him. So I actually said that quote. Like, I didn't know that. I was like, Joaquin, check the script, but I think it's dream as though you'll die tomorrow, live as though you die. Something like that. I knew it was something like that. So I assumed he would check the script and confirm or whatever, but I don't blame him at all. It was probably like 1 a.m. at this point. So he just took my word for it, and he put this on the back of the shirt. So unfortunately, it is what it is now. But, I mean, the actual quote is like, dream as though you'll live forever, or dream as though you'll live forever, live as though you'll die today, or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
But unfortunate circumstances, and nothing we could do.
Yeah.
It's okay, Joaquin. We still love you.
Yes.
Zach, so
Yeah.
a big part of the skit was the casting. So how is that? Because, I mean, originally I was auditioning for the role of Fix-It Felix because, first of all, if it wasn't obvious, we did Wreck-It Ralph, my grade, and his grade did Peter Pan. I don't know if we had to specify that or not.
Yeah.
But
I'm a lost boy, by the way.
As I'm looking, it's been a long time since Wreck-It Ralph was released. So when I found out we were doing Wreck-It Ralph, I looked up all the characters and Fix-It Felix. I mean, I didn't forget who Fix-It Felix was, but I see Fix-It Felix. I'm like, holy shit! I look like Fix-It Felix, and I don't just look like Fix-It Felix. I look a lot like Fix-It Felix. I am Fix-It Felix. I am built like Fix-It Felix. It's nuts. It's actually pretty crazy.
It was undeniable.
Once I noticed that, I can't unsee it. And once I tell people
that's what I'm saying right now. Looking at you hold your cylinder under there, it's just like, like bro, you can't be doing that.
Yeah.
It's not a microphone, man.
I'm holding it like a mic.
Look, man, it probably works better than my mic, so I don't know.
Probably.
Oh
So
my goodness.
It's definitely challenging casting all the roles because you try to make everyone happy, and that's one of the big things that I learned this year was you can't make everyone happy. Such as there are people who wanted to write the skit that unfortunately I had to say, listen, if I let more than 2-3 people at the max, it would have just gotten out of hand. And casting was one of those things where it was kind of just like, listen, I think I know what's best. I'm going to try it out. and we just got to roll with it because we don't have time to ponder and do stuff like that. So, J-Scat, you looked, I mean, it was uncanny how much you looked like Fix-It Felix. Like, there's nothing more to say there. But, I mean, I think we can now agree, although you still look more like Fix-It Felix than Parker. Parker looked enough like Fix-It Felix where it was passable.
Yeah,
And
I don't
he
blame
also
you for
did
the
a great
casting
job.
at all. I don't want to make it seem like I'm complaining. I mean,
No,
I mean, look at me now. I mean, I couldn't be happier.
Yeah.
The one and only Qbert, man. I mean,
I
made
still
the skit.
embrace the role as Qbert, and we did this 5 months ago.
Yep.
5 months ago. It was
Yeah,
in
that's
February.
crazy.
Was it in February?
It was March, but
Okay,
I mean, still,
4 months
it's
ago.
still
Yeah.
almost 5.
Crazy,
August is right here,
crazy.
fellas.
We started it
So,
in February, and it was like a month long, and I had a blast.
Yeah.
So much fun.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I'm gonna answer like a lot of questions about this upcoming year's class night, but I'd like to think that I can keep it a secret while still telling as much as I can, like to keep it interesting. But I have I'm doing things different this year, and that's because I have a lot of more time. And I mean, we choose the theme, we choose our skit first, so I really have full creative freedom here, which is great. So I have the casting like almost set in stone. Like I think I'm still gonna do auditions, just to be fair to everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But I have my ideas as to like I'm basing the skit around what I think that the people can do in their roles. And I was talking to J Scat, a little top secret, the other day. I'm like, hey, can you do this? And he said, yes, I can. And so I mean, it just it's very helpful to have a lot more time and with writing the skit with the people who I know are going to do well in their parts in mind. So, I mean, I have everything planned out right now, and the skit is getting almost, I mean, everything's like, the ideas are basically set in stone. The script isn't finalized, obviously. I mean, it's still very early. I don't work on it that much. I still have a little bit of a life.
Yeah,
But
we're talking like 7 months in advance here.
yeah, we're a while out, but we're going crazy with the props this year and the
yes,
set
we are.
pieces and the backdrops, the art, everything like that. It's going to be much better than what we could pull off last year.
And, yeah, the year before last year was a total disaster. Well, I don't even want to talk about it. But it was that much of a disaster because Zach, you were not a writer. I don't know who the hell was the writer, but I mean I do, but they were terrible.
In their defense, it was written, from what I've been told, in less than 24 hours, which is very impressive.
That's crazy. I
Because-
mean, it showed. It showed.
You can tell. I mean, yeah, when you write it in less than 24 hours, it's obviously going to show. But, I mean, there's definitely a few plot holes.
So our skit that year was Clue. And what pissed me off most about it is that I had to carry the entire production of on my back with the role of Colonel Mustard. I mean, I basically did it all myself. I said, I think it's in the garden. I think that was that one line really just put tears in many people's eyes. And,
it was a very emotional line for me, and
I felt that.
but obviously, again, I have to call you guys out again because that skit did lose to the superior skit, Jumanji. And
I can't even complain about that one. I mean,
what was your shirt for that? Because I'm curious.
A game for those who seek to find
Right.
a way to leave their world behind.
I don't think ours had anything. That's how pathetic we were.
Still working. Jay, Will, you cut out, you like left the call, and it comes back to Jay Scat, just full screen with his Qbert nose in hand. Oh, bro.
Yeah, you're having way too much fun with that cylinder.
Yeah, I am. Dude, it's funny because I had to make this costume. Well, if I said I made it all by myself, I'd be lying. But I did have to make the costume. I don't even know how we did. It was like me, my mother, and my grandmother. They were very clutch with this.
We got Mima on the costume design.
Yeah, exactly. Because there's, believe it or not, there are 0 Qbert costumes online. There's one Qbert mask, but the mask was like borderline broken. No, well, not border. It was broken. So I had to take things into my own hands, literally. And,
How
yeah,
much
I
did
made
it?
this.
How much did it cost to make your costume? How much money are we talking?
Well,
The
it's
damage.
funny because I actually I had a very smart move, so there wasn't any Cubert costumes. So I ordered an orange costume, as in like the fruit orange.
Oh.
So there's also a little orange cap thing that I didn't wear because it's stupid. I could get it if you guys want to see it, but
Oh god.
I also have.
I don't think I do. I think this is more than enough.
Okay, I also wore the orange pants for my big performance, but
The orange
I'm
pants
not
are
doing
fire.
that now. I'm just rocking with the shorts.
Fair.
That didn't come with this actually. So it was the orange costume, the orange pants, big googly eyes. This I don't even know. I don't even remember. Yeah, I
You don't know the
couldn't tell
backstory
you.
of the famous. You don't know the backstory of the famous cylinder.
I don't. Okay, so there's cylinders in here, and then we wrapped it around. We wrapped it around in orange, but I don't remember where the cylinders came from. And then we put an orange piece of orange felt here, but I don't know. I really don't know.
At least I'm actually genuinely disappointed in my costume for this year. Like it was. I was supposed to be a Lost Boy, and then they gave all of us these stupid raccoon hats, and then we had to wear like a sleeveless T-shirt, which made us look buff, and we had to wear khaki pants and white Air Forces. So we were like some hype beast Lost Boys. I don't know what the theme was there, but I'm jealous of your costume, J Scat. I'm very jealous.
You know what? I get where you're coming from because I also had to wear khakis in my role as Colonel Mustard that carried the entire production of freshman, sophomore, junior, and senior classes. But yeah,
Colonel Mustard,
and the yellow
baby.
suit, of course. It's funny because in that skit, they were originally going to cast me as a female. I don't know if you guys knew that. That was the original
Me and Jay
plan.
Will's just jaws dropped.
Why didn't I get to see this?
In CSI class in middle school, we would play Clue sometimes because CSI is about like detecting mysteries or whatever. And I would always play as Colonel Mustard, so I was hoping I would get the Colonel Mustard role, which I did.
We gotta make a meme version of this episode. Just the close-ups of mine and Jay Will's face whenever Jay Scat says literally anything. It's like,
I could work on that. I feel like Pat McAfee right now. Like I need to be asking Zach questions about what Aaron Rodgers is gonna do. Like I gotta figure out. I gotta get as much information as I can about this next class night skit.
I have an idea on what we're doing. I'm not gonna say what that idea is. Obviously, don't want to spoil anything, Zach.
we'll cancel you.
I personally think, based on those clues, we're doing Clue Part 2, the next mystery.
Clue Part 2.
I was actually thinking Wreck-It Ralph. Ralph breaks
the internet.
The name of our school. Almost just said the name.
Do you have any ideas
Ralph breaks my sanity.
Do you have any ideas for your quote that you're gonna put on the back of your shirt? Like what are we feeling for the back of the shirt quotes?
Can I just say something quickly? I'm thinking we do the Cubert what do you call it? What?
Just the symbols.
Symbols.
The symbols.
Of course, it's like zero. That's how it's supposed to be read.
That right.
Yeah, of course.
I know multiple possibilities for the quote. They're similar, but I literally can't tell you. Like that's like probably the one question I literally can't give you anything, or else it really gives it away.
Ooh.
It's like we did Harry Potter. It would be like telling you our quote is "You're a wizard, Harry." Like, it's just like you can't give it away. You know what I mean?
Oh. Okay. All right. That's all I can really ask you. I don't know. There's not really much more I can ask. That's all I can ask you. Like, who's your starting lineup for Ultimate Frisbees for sports night this year?
I need to be in a sport. They didn't put me in a single sport, and I was actually very pissed off.
Me neither.
I know I was already carrying the skit, but I was hoping to also carry the sports. But I guess that couldn't happen.
Yeah, we were afraid that you would pull your other hip. Let's be honest.
Yeah, of course.
Jake doing the obstacle course. He tries to jump over the hurdle. He's like,
cuts his nose. He freaking gets a haircut on the way. Like, you gotta,
Oh.
Oh, my eyebrow.
Oh man.
It's a pretty bad
Oh,
fall.
God.
It's all right. It's all right.
No,
I mean, I'm sure you injured half your freaking body, dude.
no, you
Okay.
guys were there when a girl in my grade tried to jump over the hurdle and absolutely just ate shit. Like she wiped out.
Who
Did you guys not remember that?
No, who was this? I'll blur it out.
She tried to jump over the hurdle, and
Oh, I
she
know
just
that. I
she
remember
took the whole thing out. She tumbled. The whole hurdle was bent. Like it was
That's
so funny.
Yes, it was bent. She bent the hurdle.
She bent the hurdle.
How does that even happen?
She crashed into it. She tried to jump over it, and she just run the whole thing over.
Bro.
Did she just
Oh,
run
I'll see
through
if
it?
I
Is
can,
that what
I'll see if
happened?
I can get you that picture. It was so funny.
Did she just run through it? Did she just not attempt to jump?
No, she tried to jump. She just didn't get over it.
They're so small.
Yeah, they're actually like so tiny.
It's like it's not even middle school regulation. My sophomore year, they put me in one thing. They put me in like partner scooter. So I had to
Oh
like
my god.
I had to hold hands with someone. We had to like run to one of those square scooter things. I had to like push her on the scooter, touch a cone, then she
Jake?
had to push me, and then we hold hands and run back. Yeah.
Jake.
That
I
was
didn't know you were like that.
But good news, J-Scat. You have multiple kiss scenes in this upcoming class. It's,
oh
I'm just
wonderful, wonderful. I can't wait.
Oh
Should I?
no, I need that.
bro.
I need that. I actually need that.
Jay Willy, I need that. Let's be real here.
Like exactly. just everybody. He kisses a girl in the skit, and he walks over to an audience member. He kisses one of them. He walks over to one of the panel members. He just kisses
Bro.
like the
The
principal.
theme is sexual assault, bro. What the hell?
That wouldn't be the first time I would have a kissing part in a production.
Oh boy, did Colonel Mustard get a little frisky?
No. And in my fifth grade play of Sleeping Beauty, I was actually cast as Prince Philip. I was a pretty solid. I was actually a pretty decent singer back in the elementary days. It was an illusion. I had to take the girl's hand like that, and then kiss my hand, but the audience doesn't see that, so it fooled everyone out of their shorts. You know?
Wow. They went home that night really believing you kissed her hand. Little do they know, J-Scat.
I would actually love to have a kissing scene in like a production. I feel like it'd be like funny but weird.
Yeah, Jay
Like,
Willy. All right.
But like it has to be somebody nobody would expect. Like a kiss Gael.
Whoa.
Yo, this is...
Is there something you want to tell us, Jay Willy?
Thankfully, no. I feel like everyone knows what they need to know at this point. So
We have yet to talk about that. We don't have to mention that today.
what an episode that'll be. Oh man.
Do you know what I was thinking? Like, actually, I don't think I've told you this, but I was thinking of just having all of your women on one episode.
Wow. It's like one of those like circular tables, like you see. On
Yes,
It's
exactly.
like, you ask them, name 3 books. And they're like Avengers Endgame, The Force Awakens, and America the Beautiful.
Look, man.
Bro, that's a song, man.
The girls that I've spoken to, I wouldn't be surprised if someone said something like that. And they said,
All right, I can't. The Qbert costume has to come off. I'm sweating my
Oh
balls
no,
off.
dude, get your cylinder out of the camera, man.
have some decency.
Oh god. Yo, guys, after the podcast, I gotta tell you guys the funniest thing about what was gonna be the theme for the series class.
Oh, no.
After the never mind.
Why is my camera focusing? Is it because
Game
it
of
doesn't
Thrones?
recognize Qbert?
It needs Qbert. It's a sign, Jake. You need to do the Qbert voice. It'll focus.
All right, hold on. 0.
Nah.
Bro, imagine clear as day.
Shoot. If I...
Bro!
Oh my god! It's working. Is it working a little bit?
I think it's focusing on the cylinder. Oh my god!
Oh my god, it worked! All right, I guess it's going back on. Oh,
No, you're focused. You're focused.
do I get up though? I don't want to get up.
No, you're good. Just
Okay.
throw it on the floor. Yeah, you're good.
That was interesting. So Zach, we keep talking that obviously you'll write the script and stuff, but there is actually going to be a chair election for a scriptwriter. So that would truly suck if you spent all this time writing the script and you didn't win, which I don't think is going to happen. But you know, Zach, Jay Willy, I don't know if you know this, but Zach actually has some competition for a class night chair.
Really? Who are we talking here?
E-Dog, our guest from episode 5 of the Scat and Willy podcast, posted on his Instagram story. Big news. I am officially running for class night chair. I'm only
This
running
changes everything.
to write the script. Zach Buxton can handle the rest when the time comes. Please vote for me. I can write a better script. Most of that was one sentence.
So, should I respond to that? Really
Yes,
quickly?
yes.
Because I actually had a conversation with him after.
Huh.
He texted me, and he said to me, "Please don't be mad." And so my first thought was, I'm not sure how I could be mad because this is an election where you're free to run. I don't know. I don't know if he expected me to gatekeep it, like no Ethan's allowed. But no, actually, we had a civilized conversation. Basically, he was running, but he couldn't make the night show. So he was running in a chair.
Wait,
without
what?
Being able to make,
I'm
without
just
being
gonna
able
not be
to,
there.
to make the nighttime show.
What? Wait,
He's like-
wait. How
I
does
was
he?
like-
How does he have plans 7 months in advance?
It's not even released yet. The date.
Yeah,
The date isn't released yet.
You're
We
right.
don't know the date. We don't have next year's schedule. And he's like, unfortunately, I won't be able to be at next year's show. But
What?
yeah, I know. I that's what I said.
Zach, it's a campaign advertisement for you. You got to win this thing.
Yeah, this is also a campaign.
I'm pulling pretty hard for you.
I hope so, man. I have a lot. I mean, J Scat, you in particular. I mean, you got some cool stuff coming up this year, and that he doesn't even know about. Because I mean, I'm trying to keep it as secretive as possible.
Yeah.
Of course, for obvious
Speaking about keeping a secret, there was a big Zach. I don't know if we directly talked about this, but there was a big rumor going on that I had leaked the whole class night script.
Yeah,
That was
so,
not
I mean,
true at all.
What happened is I was getting a lot of messages from a lot of people that I didn't think were in your friend group, so I didn't think they would be messaging you. And like Joaquin had people sending him pictures of you taking out the script from
Yeah.
your backpack.
I can explain that. I don't think I've ever gotten to explain that. So basically, I was sitting with a few other people who happened to be Joaquin's friends,
Right.
and what was happening was we were talking just in the courtyard, and while we were talking, I was actually reading. I was going over my lines, which was my syllables, whatever you call it. But it was basically when to come in, right?
Yeah, right.
I wasn't even showing them the script. I was doing it under the table. What happened was I went to like grab my water, and then someone started looking at it for like a second. Then I pulled it away from them. I'm like, yo, you can't be looking at this. And then they jokingly took a picture of me holding the script in front of them because now it was out. They didn't, but it was the cover, right? They didn't see anything. All they really saw was my highlighted 0. That's all they saw. So I take it out and they take a picture of it and they text Joaquin, Jake just leaked the whole script. They did that as a joke, right? They did that as a joke. But before they even sent the photo, because they sent the photo like the day after, as they were taking the picture, Joaquin walks out into the courtyard. I'm like, you guys, put it away. But it made it look
It made it look like you were
yeah,
giving them
exactly,
the script.
exactly. But in fact, it was all supposed to be a joke. You know what? Yeah, that's basically
yeah,
what
man.
it was. I don't blame
Yeah,
you for
actually,
getting mad though, because if I leaked the script, that would have been very bad. I could see why people thought I did, but I know how important it is. I want the W more than anyone, so I wouldn't jeopardize the class of 2024.
In
Appreciate
case you
that.
haven't in case you haven't been in our school during class night season, it is literally like just
War.
it's like the Cold War between all four grades. Like
Right.
it's just like you're a spy. I know you're up to something. What's in your skit, huh? Oh yeah, you're taking shots at our grade. There's just so much tension, but it's actually like so much fun. Like
It
it
is so
sounds
much
really
fun.
bad, but it's so much fun.
So Zach, there's something I wanted to ask you. So you're in like almost every single ensemble the school has to offer, right? You're also in all the plays, not even class night plays, the plays. You're in baseball. I think I do a lot with all 3 seasons of track and jazz band, of course. But
Yep.
how do you manage your time? And especially with the class night too. You seriously might be the busiest person I know.
I appreciate that, and you're definitely right. There's no secret, but I mean, surprisingly, I get to bed around 10:30, 11 on school nights. Like I'm not some
That's
crazy.
pretty good.
Like that's really good. What I do is I'm fortunate enough to be like an auditory learner type person, so I don't study like for anything. Like vocab
Really?
is maybe my one exception if it's really hard, but other than that, like I don't study for anything, and I still keep the grades like relatively high.
Good for you.
So like I don't have to dedicate a lot of time to that.
You know what I just
That just shows-
realized? You know what I just realized?
What?
If it's gonna sound so stupid. Do you have anyone in your family that starts with the letter V?
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, my cousin Veda.
You call him V-Bucks?
V-Bucks. we do not call her V-Bucks.
Oh man.
Oh
All right,
my God,
continue.
bro. So where was I? Oh yeah. So
V-Bucks.
that's why I'm doing class night now, because it's really going to be a time crunch, especially when class night season rolls around, and I want to get as much done now as I can possible. But honestly, like I don't even know how I do it, bro. Like I'm in so much stuff that I take it one day at a time. I forget a lot of stuff that I'm in. So like I don't know, it's a little rough when Mr. White's telling you missed a lesson, even though I had reminders in my phone for it. Like, but I don't know. It's a lot of 7 to 7 days at the school, because I just why go home at 3 when I have to be back at 3:30 or 4? Like there's just no point. So I don't know. I just kind of, especially with this year, I had like 2 other off periods besides lunch, so I can get a lot of work done then. But this year, man, guys, the schedule, I don't think you guys understand. My schedule is loaded. I'm not going to have a lunch period this year, guys.
What?
Like,
You're gonna.
Dude, come
you're
on.
gonna-
You gotta have a
oh,
lunch
man.
period.
I'm not going to have a lunch period,
Why?
guys. My course load, let me tell you guys my course load real quick. We can count the periods. AP Chem and BC Calc, those are 3 periods right there, because both of them are alternating doubles. We have concert choir,
That's
band and
4.
orchestra, which is 1. This is my 1 half off period that I'm going to get every other day, strength training. So that's a
Yeah.
Yeah, baby.
Yo, imagine we're all in the same class.
Yo,
So
that'd be
fun.
so
Sick.
fire, bro.
And then social studies, which is AP Gov and Econ, and then AP Italian, AP English, and AP Java.
Yeah.
So that's a
10
full
periods.
10 periods with 1 alternating strength training.
Wow.
That's literally 10 out of 10 periods. That's wild.
Yeah.
That's pretty crazy.
Jeez. And I thought my schedule was
Yeah,
bad.
man.
I've had 10 period off 2 days in a 2 years in a row.
Lucky you.
I'm
Us
trying to make it
us
3 in a
wind
row.
ensemblers can't have that luxury.
No, never.
No.
I'm
Hey,
calm
cheat
spot
code?
on top.
To all the viewers, as well as Jay Will, who's not in Wind Ensemble, a little cheat code here is you sign up for Wind Ensemble in the spring when you're selecting your courses, even though you're not going to take band, and then you quit Wind Ensemble the last when you get your schedule. So
Oh my god, that's so smart.
because you get 10th. Wind Ensemble is only 10 period
Oh, that's
every
so
single
smart.
year. So you just drop the class when you realize you get it, and that's a free 10th off. Because what are they going to do? They're not going to re-roll your entire schedule.
That's actually like a real life cheat code. That's
Literally,
actually the
I've
smartest
never
thing I've
thought
ever
about
heard.
it. Not that I would drop band, but I've never thought about that.
And cooking a lot of times is first period. There's also a chance that it's like 8th period. But this is my this is really where my intellect shows right here. You select cooking and wind ensemble. Cooking, one of the period is
I did
10th,
that.
and I think the other one is 8th. Am I right?
I'm not sure.
I know for a fact there's one first period. So I think it's 8th. I think it's 1st, 8th, and 10th. There could be one 9th, but the point is that if you select wind ensemble and cooking, they're going to try to fit all your other classes in between. Therefore, you're likely going to get cooking first period and you have to get wind ensemble 10th. So you could drop cooking and wind ensemble and get 1st and 10th off. The best schedule.
Wow.
That's the best schedule you could have. You
There's
get there
no-
late and leave early. That's
Right.
wild.
I am taking cooking and wind ensemble, but if I
You
so
still
I would
want
have I would have cooking first, but the only problem is I don't exactly have a car, so
Mm.
wouldn't really be able
To
get
get
to
this,
school,
yeah.
Yeah.
But do you really need to get to school? Like, do you really need to be at the school
The
building?
Bay
Like-
mindset.
That's what I was gonna say too. This is the actual duality of man. Because the last person we had on the podcast who said they don't study was Bay.
There's actually something I want to talk about. So Zach, you mentioned you were in a lot of plays, right?
Mm.
So I went to a Broadway show yesterday. I went to see Back to the Future, the musical. It just came out. It was amazing, but
Was it?
as amazing as it was, that actually was not the most memorable thing for my night in the city. So
Oh Lord.
a lot of people don't know this about me, but for 10 years now, one of my crazy obsessions is create a character, like create a player in video games, especially sports games. I make
Understandable.
them
Very understandable.
I make them horrifically ugly, and I give them like crazy names, like Dick Long, for example, and he'll look like an ogre, right? He's like my main guy. He's my go-to guy. But started off doing it in WWE, then did it in other games. But I've made more characters than I would like to admit in MLB The Show. Okay.
Oh, I am an avid player of the show.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm almost done with Team Affinity Season 3.
Oh my
Well-
God.
I'm
Well,
a tryhard.
my grandpa does the same thing with the custom characters. Like, sometimes maybe if we see a guy in public that we think's a little odd, we'll make him in the game. but so he once made a guy that he saw on the street that was pretty weird looking, made him a picture in MLB The Show, and named him Harry Pitts. Okay. But Harry Pitts isn't the star of our show today. About last
It's
year.
Zach Buxton. Oh.
About last year, I made a picture, okay? One of my many characters I've made teams full, but I made a picture, and his name is Rolando Polanco, aka Roly Poly. I'm sending a picture of him to you guys.
Very fair. Rolando.
Let me
Roly
see
Poly.
Rolando Polanco.
Roly Poly's my boy. He's not
Oh,
not
God.
quite the ace on his team, but he's up there. See him?
That is a beautiful man. Wow.
Oh wait, where is it? It's on Snap.
Wow.
No, it's on Discord. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
truly. Yeah,
That's just gorgeous. I don't know what else to say.
exactly. I
Honestly,
mean, he's a gorgeous man. I mean, there's nothing
I mean,
else
I
to it.
really there's not much. Yeah. I mean,
Well,
wow.
I don't see it. You guys are scaring me.
look. Oh, because I sent it just to Zach. That's why.
I was going to say I'm not.
Oh, here you go, here you go.
Rolando right now.
Okay, I sent it.
Oh my
Oh.
gosh. Dude. I've actually tried to look for my character. That I did a face scan when I first got the show.
You could do that.
Boy, was it not accurate. I mean, it was,
You ever do those me
yeah.
scans?
Yes.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay, but
My me
guys,
scans were actually
my point
my
point is, sometimes if you see a guy on TV or a guy in the street, you'll say, "Huh, he looks a little bit like my character," right? But obviously the characters are so crazy looking, no one's gonna look like a character I made. But at least that's what I thought. As I exited the theater, I walk out, I freeze. I see the spitting image of roly-poly. The spitting image. As crazy, ugly as this dude is. I was spooked. It was crazy. I mean, like... I mean, I'll tell you the only differences. So, in this photo, as you can see, roly-poly's mouth is in his nose, okay?
Right.
Well, the guy's mouth wasn't quite in his nose, but it was certainly close. Like, notice how normal people have a gap right here. There was no gap on this man. There was no gap.
His nostril and his tongue are actually connected.
Well, there was no gap here, but his mouth wasn't in his nose. That was basically the only difference about the man.
Plot twist: J. Scout was looking in a mirror when he saw this man.
It was a giant mirror outside the theater.
Well, guys, let me tell you something. They had the same skin color, the same nose, same head shape, same build. It was the same, like, from this, like, it was, his nose looked like this.
That's wild.
I'll also say his chin did not go out to here, but seriously,
that's a big one.
But seriously, it was the spitting image. Besides those two minor things, but to be honest, I didn't really see him from. It's hard because in the city there's so many people. People go by you so quickly. I couldn't just stay there, whip out my phone, and take a picture of this thing I saw. But it was
Rolando Polando is watching this right now, just like
guys, there is a Rolando Polanco currently roaming the streets of New York City.
God bless his soul, man.
Honestly.
Like I'm walking and I just stop. My mom's like, "Jake, are you okay?" I'm like, "It's my picture."
It's my picture. She probably thought she saw like an actual baseball player. She's like, "No, Mom, it's Rolando Polanco."
No, she knows about my nonsense.
Your obsession.
Yeah. It was
Rolando
crazy.
Polanco.
I mean, this guy was my picture. I made an actual dude. It was crazy. And Roly-Poly's not the best looking. I mean, to find someone, no offense to this guy, no offense to his
honestly.
dude. To find someone, it was just crazy. It was crazy.
No offense to this guy, but to find someone this unholy, ugly, an actual spawn of hell walking on Earth. No offense to this guy. But, oh my.
I've made some characters. None that even remotely come close to that.
No,
but some of the names, like I made Butthole McGee. That was one of my characters.
You know what really upsets me is that in the newer games you can't use the word dick anymore. They got rid of it. And those are like all my guys. So instead of like having a guy named Chubby Dick is Chubby Dickens, you know? Or like Dick Small, it's Rich Small. Richard Small.
Richard Small.
Instead of Dusty Dick, it's Dusty Dixon. Yeah, I'm sick.
There's definitely some problems.
This is what goes on in the mind of the cylinder. Is this what happens in the mind of the cylinder?
What becoming Cubert does to a guy.
Their spawn point is all in the cylinder, bro. That's where they come from.
Anyway, speaking about video games and MLB The Show and Rocket League, I think we know what time it is. It is draft time. I actually have my number one prospect. I think I can get him a 3 or 4.
Number one, you think your number one prospect will be available at 3 or 4?
Yep.
Is Josh Rosen your prospect? Like, there's only one correct answer for this.
So, for this episode's draft, we're drafting Wii Games. Whoever can build the best team of Wii Games wins. And vote in the comments who you think that is.
Me, obviously.
Zach, as the guest. You have the first overall pick.
Quick
And you
question.
were on the clock, yeah.
Sorry. Are we doing Wii U games too or no?
No, I didn't
Okay.
even think about that, but
Okay.
no. I
All
think
right.
that could be its own
All right.
thing.
All right, sounds good. There's only
Okay.
really one thing to pick with the first, and we all know it's coming. I'm taking Wii Sports.
I know that
It's
was
the
Jay
only,
Willie's
it's the
pick.
only way. It's the only way, man. I mean, what else am I supposed to do?
I mean, yeah, there's nothing else you can really do about that. You know, it's like that was like Peyton Manning going first overall. Like everyone saw it coming.
Everyone knew it was coming.
But unfortunately, you did pick the worst version of the game. With the second overall pick in the Scat Willy and Z-Bucks, aka V-Bucks, Wii Sports Draft. Oh my god. I just gave it away. Wii Games Draft. T Willy selects Wii Sports Resort.
Very,
Oh.
very good play.
Okay, well, I am shocked because I don't know how this went to 3, but
You're gonna pick the most random game of all
no,
time.
I'm not.
calling
Give
out
me
from
Mario
both of
Kart
them.
Wii.
Yeah, I know.
I thought that
Yeah,
easily
okay.
could have been one. That to me that was consensus #1 overall pick. Okay.
Really? You would put Mario Kart Wii over Wii Sports?
I
would.
Old
take Wii Sports. Only reason I take normal Wii Sports over Resort is because it has baseball and I feel like the bowling's a little better. But Wii Sports Resort, phenomenal game. Also.
Okay, now it's funny because I originally, when I said my #1 prospect will be at 3, I thought that was under the impression Mario Kart Wii would already be drafted. This pick I think could fall, but I'm not gonna let it fall. I know you two guys, you both play baseball, and this game, the greatest, forget MLB The Show. Forget MLB The Show. This game is the greatest Mario sports game or just sports game of all time. Mario Super Sluggers Baseball.
What a pick! What a
Wow.
sneak!
I mean,
that was my
Wow.
second overall. I did not.
Really?
Guys. I love that game, guys. That game is a phenomenal game.
it really is phenomenal. I'll go back to it all the time. I can't believe that just won it. I mean, I can.
Yeah.
All right. Jibble, you're up.
All right. So we're sticking with the theme of Mario here. This is the first Mario game I ever played.
Yep, I know.
Came out in 2009.
Yep.
It's a great game. Give me New Super Mario Bros. For the Wii. It
What's
was
another phenomenal.
It's
pick.
funny
I
you
mean,
it's funny you took that because that would have been my 4th overall selection if Mario Kart was not available.
I mean, it's great. There's nothing really you can do about that either.
No.
Now, I'm torn here.
That was like the first game we all played. It seems like very
such a great game.
very nostalgic
that
game
game.
for all of us.
Such a great game.
There's a few picks I could go with here, but I think I'm gonna go with a very respectable one that you guys will respect this one. I'm going Mario Galaxy.
Good
The
pick.
first
Oh,
Good
that's
pick.
a good one. Good pick.
Everyone loves that game.
It's funny. That game was always too complicated for me.
And I get another pick now, right?
Yep.
Ooh, what do I go with here? There's a lot of. there's a
Oh,
lot
I
of
got
good
my next pick.
choices.
Let me look
I
at
got
my
my next
board.
pick.
I
I
feel like I
this
gotta
should
do
count.
it. Is it a Spider-Man game that you're picking?
No, it's not.
Okay. Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Just
Good pick, man. I wanted that player, but what are you gonna do?
If you didn't pick that, then I would have picked it, but I know what I'm gonna pick now. This is what I'm about to pick. It really stretches the definition of what makes a game, but because of the conversation we just had, I think I'm gonna take it.
Oh, I know what you're gonna take.
You guys always talked about how making the craziest characters possible
Good freaking pick,
would-
man.
would-
Good
would
pick.
was so much fun. So give me Me Maker. Give me
Good
the
pick.
Me Maker.
Good
With
pick.
the third pick in the Wii Games Draft, I take Me Maker.
That's a good pick, man. That's a good pick.
It's a good pick.
I think my favorite memory of all time. I don't know if this was on Wii or DS. I think it was on DS because it was someone else's. Someone made their Mii look like an actual hamburger.
Yes.
It
Yes.
was
Yep,
so
I
funny.
saw that too. Yep.
Oh, it's so sick.
What's so funny is that I think this was last year when I came down with the you know, the virus. I had nothing to do, right? So I went on my Switch actually, and I was just making Miis, and I was making I was making all of my bosses.
Oh no.
I also made the guy that got fired for telling a female counselor her ass was showing, but that's a different conversation. Anyway, with my 9th overall pick. This is also just a fantastic game. Goes along the lines with Zach's 6th overall pick. What's better than Mario Galaxy than Mario Galaxy 2?
Saw that.
Well done, well done.
See, now I'm looking at these games. I'm looking at the highest rated ones, and I just like haven't played most of them.
Oh, this is interesting here. I gotta think about this. I think I should be done with Mario games. I mean, I don't want to overcrowd it with Mario games, you know?
Yahoo!
I think I'm gonna take this in spite of you guys. You guys are big baseball guys. I mentioned that before. I already took Mario Super Sluggers Baseball, but you know, there's only so much Mario Super Sluggers Baseball you could play. Sometimes you want to play as other characters, you know? Give me Nickelodeon Baseball.
It wouldn't make my top 5, but I don't.
The game's fun, man. The game's fun. So, listen, I know you guys are curious. My personal squad is SpongeBob, Patrick, Tough Puppy, Kitty Caswell, and the Flying Dutchman.
The
Flying Dutchman. Everyone sleeps on. I also go with Jimmy Neutron. Him too. Jimmy Neutron usually makes the team.
More like Himmy Neutron. Oh.
J-Mo, please get on with your next pick.
So this is a game that I played. I don't know if anyone else on this planet has ever played this game. It's sticking with a Mario.
Yep, I know what you're taking. So there's a lot of them.
This is very specific. Are you ready?
I know exactly what you're taking because I was about to take it at 10 and I chose Nick Baseball.
There's no way you were going to. This is. I'm gonna say in the announcer voice too.
Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games.
The Winter Olympic Games. Yes.
Which one though? Because there was the summer and the winter that came out back-to-back years.
Winter Games.
Summer had a lot more.
You're taking winter.
I was kicking butt in the Winter Games.
That's an odd pick, Jay Willy. I don't know, man.
I played Summer 2012 in London on my DS, and I think I still have that game. But
yeah,
for the Wii, I was owning. I always played as Sonic. I was owning everybody from the Mario universe with Sonic in all the winter sports.
Did anyone actually play Rio from 2016?
Dude, that was like my favorite one.
On my PlayStation.
I love the soccer from that game. It was so much fun.
Yeah, the soccer was really fun. Yeah.
I like the 2020 Tokyo is alright, but it doesn't compare to the original two.
No, no, it doesn't.
So I guess it leaves me with my final 2 picks, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna take 2 that will probably I want to say will blow you away because I don't think you'll think of it. But with the 4th pick, I'm gonna go Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Good pick.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm surprised it wasn't taken. And
I forgot about the big monkey.
I think that this is arguably just as groundbreaking. But I'm gonna go Rock Band with the guitar and the drum set.
Yeah, I'm looking at the list right now and I see Rock Band. Yeah.
That's a sleeper pick. Everyone was into that game.
Rock Band 2 is rated the 7th best Wii game of all time.
Wow.
Yeah, I mean,
and you got it at 13. Not bad. I mean, Super Sluggers better be ranked 1, but you know, what do they know?
Mario Galaxy 1 and 2 are number 1 and 2 on the list.
Wow. Which one's first?
Wow.
1. Yeah, 1 is first.
Okay, fair enough.
I'm happy to get that.
I got another game, but this one no one has definitely played because I forgot this game. Yo, with my last pick, give me Hot Wheels Track Attack.
Oh, okay, good. Okay, you didn't take that pick.
I was gonna say, there's no way you saw that.
No, I was not thinking of that.
I have the steering wheel that I put my Wii controller in, and I was driving. I would just sit there like 5 years old, on this like 144p game, driving around my little steering wheel. I was dirty at Hot Wheels Track Attack.
Okay, so with my last pick, Mr. Irrelevant of this draft. So I could have easily drafted all Mario games. I didn't want to. Wanted to diversify a little bit, but I drafted 2 baseball games, so that doesn't really matter. But with this pick, it's funny. I've actually never played this game, but I was supposed to. So basically, do you guys know what Facebook Free Cycle is?
I don't.
I've never heard of that.
It's kind of like Marketplace, except everything's free. You just give away free things to one another, right? My mom is obsessed with it. I was supposed to get this game from someone, so they left it on their stoop, right? And someone stole the game from their stoop. They had another package for that they were going to receive, and they took my game that I never got to play. So with this pick, I'm gonna draft what could have been the Michael Jackson Experience.
No! How did no? The Michael Jackson Experience. No! Wait.
I did not. I don't even know. I've never heard of that game.
It's like Just Dance, but with all Michael Jackson songs. I sadly have never gotten to experience
Michael Jackson, The Experience. Music video game. And it's on Wii. Oh my god, it's literally just Dance, but it's Michael Jackson.
I'm not gonna lie, I might have taken this draft with the Hot Wheels and the Michael Jackson Experience. That might be a W for me, guys.
What do you mean though? Hot Wheels Track Attack is rated 4.3 stars.
I'm sure it is for the 4.3 people.
What's the Michael Jackson Experience rated?
Let me see. Michael Jackson, the Michael Jackson Experience, Wii. This game's definitely rated like 2 stars. 4.7.
Yeah, 15 overall. I'll take that.
I'm really surprised no one went with Wii Play or Wii Party, because those I remember.
$65, Scat.
I would have gotten it for free. I was so close to playing it, I could taste it, and someone snatched it from me, literally.
Low-key, Wii games are so expensive now. Like, you can't find Wii Sports for under, like, $75.
For reference, Spider-Man 2 is $70.
Crazy.
Like, what are we talking about right now?
Unbelievable.
Yup.
I'm happy with my draft.
Jay Will, you mind if I hit you with a quick blind draft using some of our top-rated Wii games? I'll give you 5 in no order. And then you gotta rank it. Put it from 1 through 5. You know how this works?
I'm ready.
I'm the new host here, baby. Hey, J Scott, you gotta commentate on this pick. So
Okay.
what do you weigh in? You weigh into it.
All right, I got you with these.
The first choice.
Super Slugger's gotta be 1, by the way.
I was actually gonna give you Smash Brawl.
Smash Brawl. I'm gonna put that at 3. I feel like that's a very reasonable 3.
That's what I would have done. Because there are better Smash games. It's not the consensus best, but it's still Smash. So, and there are some phenomenal Wii games. So I like that. I like that positioning.
Here's a curveball: Mario Party 9.
Mario Party 9.
That game went undrafted for a reason.
I think we're gonna go with 5 here.
Very fair.
You know what? Game. I'll give the game this. It was very different from the other Mario Party games, but I don't think it's bad. I think it's a solid game. I do.
Let me look at the ratings for Mario Party 9.
It's not good. I'll tell you that right now.
I like the game personally. All right, Donkey Kong Country Returns.
Do I put it at 2 or 1? I think I'm gonna put it at 2.
That's a good choice. That
would have been 4. Because you never know. You could say the Michael Jackson Experience next.
True.
Michael Jackson Experience.
All right. You ever played any Zelda games or no?
No, I've never really.
Okay,
I'm not a big Zelda guy either.
I won't give you that. What I will give you is Mario 64 for the Wii remastered.
Do I take the risk here?
That's not even a Wii game.
It was remastered.
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Interesting.
You know, I think I can live. I think I can live with putting this at 1, and then having something good at 4. I think I can live with it.
Mario Galaxy 2.
Fuck you.
Oh. Oh.
I had that predetermined. The only one I didn't have, I was like switching between Zelda and
Super Mario 64.
Yeah, 64. I was like, you're definitely more of a Mario guy. Yeah. And then yeah, it's unfortunate. So your final was number 1 was Mario 64. 2 was Donkey Kong Country Returns. 3 was Brawl. 4 was Mario Galaxy 2.
That's bad. You know, it's not bad. It's just those last two that had me.
I don't know.
Yeah. All right, sorry, I had to interrupt the
It's
show
okay,
for a
it's
little
okay.
segment there.
It's okay.
Little fun
Extra
segment.
draft time. I like it.
All right, Zach. Thank you for being on. Appreciate it. Always
welcome.
fun to talk. That's gonna wrap it up for episode 7 of the Scatterbilly podcast. Please subscribe and comment who won the draft. I'm liking my squad with my baseballs and Michael Jackson. Yeah. See you next time.
Peace.
I'm gonna bust!
This better be cut out, bro.